Alright, YouTube, the video down below is from TikTok Bloomberg, and this is Andrew Yang at one of his town hall or campaign events, whatever you want to call it, and he was asked a question by a woman whose either son or daughter had been, I think daughter, who had been shot and killed by a stray bullet, and had some shooting or whatever, who knows? Shootings happen literally every day. But what Andrew Yang did when he heard this question is that he reacted by breaking down in tears. Now, I gotta say, his initial reaction looked like he was kind of holding in a laugh, almost like Beto O'Rourke was when he was talking about the El Paso shootings. And then, he gave his whole... he was like doing that shit, and he, managed to produce some tears, and it was very convincing. And here's the thing, though. Whether he was sincere or not in his tears and his emotions, that is not very POTUS-like. It's not very presidential. I've never seen Trump break down in tears. I think the closest I saw Trump tear up was when he actually was coming on the stage after he found out the election results in 2016. You could see it. I mean, I think go to ABC, type in ABC Trump victory speech. I think that's probably the best video. And it was just that was the only time I've seen Trump tear up. He didn't go on stage and start sobbing though, like Yang did here. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, look, Andrew Yang, he can resort to emotional appeal all he wants, but the reality is that we're not going to give up our guns. We're not going to give up our knives. We're not going to give up our forks. It's just not going to happen. And I keep saying this. It's like, I'm a minority. If I give up my guns, how can I trust the police to come protect me? I mean, according to the logic of the left, the police don't care about minorities. And according to the left, we have a government that is run completely by white supremacists. I just don't see your solution, to reducing gun violence. I say the best way to reduce gun violence is to do what Bolsonaro did down south in Brazil. He is basically mandating, or at least encouraging people to arm themselves. And, he's been doing a really good job in terms of cleaning out the favelas over there, or rather, cleaning out the crime down there. And the reason why is because most of his citizens, the ones that want to abide by the law, are armed. And it's kind of, the police force is increased by, and the military for that matter, has increased tenfold. So, it's, I see that to be the most sensible solution. And when you say, oh, it's not a good idea to arm people because then they'll just shoot more people, well, you're basically showing your lack of faith in humanity. And that seems to be Andrew Yang's whole platform. It's his lack of faith in humanity. He is very sincere about people not being able to work in the future, especially when it comes to manufacturing, due to automation. So he says, well, you should just give up. You should just give up and accept my $1,000 a month because you're going to be unemployed anyways. You're going to be unemployed anyways. And that's a very, excuse me, that's a very dystopian thing. And it's a very inconsiderate thing for especially those real men like myself who like to work, who like to go to work, and like coming home with a little bit of back pain, a little bit of neck pain. It's like, yeah, that's an indication that I did a pretty damn good job today. I don't mind being a quote-unquote wage slave. I don't give a shit about that. I'm going to work until I die like a dog, honestly. I'm proud of that. And I don't think Andrew Yang can say the same thing. I mean, when has Andrew Yang ever done any type of physical labor in his life? Hasn't he been basically like a CEO, businessman type? I mean, I'm not discrediting that, but I'm just saying, it's like, have you actually been on the manufacturing line? I mean, have you actually been in the service industry? Do you not understand the satisfaction that people, hopefully more and more people my age, will get by working hard and earning money the right way, not by taking government handouts? So that's what it is. UBI is a government handout. You're basically going to tax the rich, and you're going to give me that money. I don't want that money. I really don't. I It's not like Andrew Yang's going to be president, but if that time comes around where he is elected president, um, I will outright reject UBI. And I mean, it sounds like, maybe I might be being gaslit here, but I've heard reports that Andrew Yang will not, or rather, UBI will not be given to those who are called white supremacists, and that's the thing. It's like Andrew Yang really likes to play the race card. I mean, he was on the H3H3 podcast, which is run by Ethan and Hila Klein, and they're obviously very left bent. I would probably say Ethan is a little bit more than Hila. Ethan's definitely a lot. Yeah, who knows? But Andrew Yang was on there, and he was, referring to his nickname as Comrade Yang or Chairman Yang, and he said that's racist. And it's like, how is that racist? It's because we called him a socialist. Well, he does sound like a socialist. I mean, he wants to redistribute wealth, and I don't know. I feel that a lot of his base are going to resort to name calling, call you a pig, call you a dumb blumpkin for not wanting UBI and not, wanting Andrew Yang as your president. I mean, it's a very enthusiastic trolling effort. I'm sure that there's people out there that really do like Andrew Yang and really do believe in his things, but you can obviously tell that, like, Andrew Yang kind of has like a Share Blue type troll presence online, and that's fine. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm just saying it's very obvious. It's very obvious that that he's doing that, and that's fine. I'm not going to argue that Trump didn't do the same thing. I mean, he retweeted like Comrade Stump videos. Who knows if he put Comrade Stump up to those videos? That'd be hilarious. But anyways, in closing, I just think with Andrew Yang crying, it's not convincing enough for me. I think that if I'm ever going to give up my guns, it's going to be when I'm dead. I hope you guys are feeling the same way, those who respect our Founding Fathers' wish to basically protect our rights for the Second Amendment. We need to respect the Second Amendment, because this is what will preserve the rest of our liberties. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that the Second Amendment was put there in order for us to protect ourselves from any tyrannical, authoritarian types, to protect us from them from taking our liberties. That's a very simple concept, and like I said, the police, they're not going to protect us. They don't have to. The Supreme Court already ruled that. So why the hell would you give up your guns? Because this Chinese man is crying? I don't think so. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. I'll see you later.